Good afternoon, everyone. So, welcome to today's SPIKRA's RPA webinar. I hope you have already seen a lot of webinar sessions from SPIKRA and YouTube channels. And today we are going to see about what is Zoho RPA and a few use cases. And I am going to help you with making a walkthrough around the RPA. So, let's begin the webinar. Before starting this session, I would like to uh, introduce my colleague Ram Swaraj, and he is going to help me with poll running. So, Ram Swaraj, can you just run that poll question? Yeah. So, the poll is regarding about how much of you feel your daily works is repetitive or dependent. Okay, waiting for a few more responses. I can see that few percentage, like 40 to 60% of the users feels around your work is repetitive or any dependent. Okay, well, good to them because even though uh, I'm introducing this RPA with the thought that it would help a lot of employees or users to solve their everyday repetitive works and conditional based tasks. So yes, let's begin with the RPA. Yeah. So RPA is a technology that uses software bots to automate repetitive or rule-based digital tasks that most human finds usually performs. So these bots mimics human actions and work across systems and complete tasks faster and even more accurately and tirelessly. So freeing the humans from the burden of repetitive works is the main and muscular objective of an RPA. So RPA is I'm going to categorize into three words: robotic, process, and automations. So here's what it means when it comes to robotic. So robotic, it doesn't mean it's going to become a physical robot like a endurance city. It's not actually. So it's mean that it is in a form of digital robots across your systems, and it's going to help with the automizing the human task which they usually do around the systems. So these bots are designed to follow some predefined rules which are usually mentioned and defined by the human, and and giving them the capability to make the interaction with various software applications around your system, just like a usual human. And with this RPA technology, you can aim for optimizing your business and make more productivity around your works, and you can make yourself assure for a less error occurrence and free up your human resources while maintaining a huge load of activity around your business. So when to utilize this RPA? So we all know that RPA is going to make my works automated, but what actually it's going to be utilized and when it's actually going to be utilized. So let's break it down one by one. In the process of managing low value or repetitive processes, it helps to free up time spent on routine and productive works. And also, when it comes to mimicking human actions, the RPA performs like usual click actions or some routine step of typing and data entry processes. Usually, most of the workers do. And capturing and extracting data is a major process for a lot of managers and all, where RPA is going to help you to gather data from emails, PDF, and websites. So it also going to help in information gathering, which is you enter the data into any app or forms or spreadsheet, and the RPA is going to help you to fetch those data automatically without any uh, occurrences and obstacles. And just a second.
Yeah, sorry for the disturbance. Let's continue on this. So, so as I was saying, the RPA can be utilized when it comes to following step-by-step instructions. So whenever you have any kind of actions which is predefined, or it's going like each step by step, and you know it's going to be every day same like that, you can use RPA to execute them clearly, well defined and rule based workflows, and then use it for the various systems and application to make the bridges, like communicating from one application to another application, and using those data dependent. You can use the RPA to make the bridge gaps between tools, for say like Excel, CRMs, or even your own ERP systems. Then comes the various kind of browsers and so on all. And then, as compared to humans, RPA doesn't get tired. Humans work only for 8 hours to 12 to 14 hours, but RPA can work for you 24/7. So, without any break, RPA can be utilized to operate a non stop work without any rest or a downtime. Uh, Also, it can be useful to improve your accuracy while working any kind of crucial process. Then comes in the path of integrating with AI. RPA is going to be utilized, making things work for you uh, to better and time saving. Doesn't it feels like handling task every day on a manual way? There comes the RPA to take over the tasks that are repeated daily, like reporting or file handling. So there can also be RPA can be utilized. And comes when every day feels like stuck in a loop, RPA will be utilized to break the repetiting tasks into day by day helping tool. And if it feels for you like dependent for your own next step, you have to be dependent for your higher professionals or anyone else progress. The RPA can be utilized to wait and solve your problems, to remove the delays where it causes you waiting for your previous manual task to finish before continuing your work in RPA. So the RPA flows seamlessly through steps without any human interactions. And most of the questions we came around was, what's the major difference between the RPA and flow? So we would like to mention that difference over here. So isn't it both are automation tools, right? It's absolutely right, but there is a major difference between them. To mention it out, Zoho Flow is going to be used as a automation tool, just as we said, but instead of using as a mimicking the human, Zoho Flow is going to be utilized only for making the process automated. So when it comes to automate cloud to cloud workflows, Zoho Flow is going to be used. When it comes to make use of API calls, the Zoho Flow is going to be used. When it It doesn't have any kind of UI automations or desktop actions, whereas RPA could have all those functionalities. And mostly the Zoho Flow is maintain major advantages with the webhooks, and it's ideal for simple and structured tasks where you can just mention the flow to work on this, depend on this, and once after a while you can just create a flow and it's going to be executed. And most of the flow is useful for the SaaS integrations and even driven trigger points. And with the Zoho Flow, it's easy to set up, and with the low code drag and drop feature. When it comes to Zoho RPA, it is going to use for a mimicking the human actions, where you have a repetitive task or a conditional based task, and dependent on your OS systems and devices, the RPA can be utilized very efficiently. And it is major in handling the UI automations around your devices, and it's suitable for a complex business processes. And most usefully, it can handle a lot complex logical thinking which you have as a normal human. So here's a few use cases on how RPA can be utilized. It can be utilized to open mail and attachments, and to scrap data from websites like website scrapping, and fill in forms and move files and folders from one directory to another, which is a everyday task for humans. And then following, you can also add up with the conditional logics and maintaining your system connectivity, making some complex calculations, and monitoring manual process and learn how to perform them. And the most well-known use case is copying and pasting, right? So it also can be handled with the help of RP. And making the check-in thing every day is also a useful use case with the help of RP. So let's have a walkthrough around RPA, and I have a use case to show around. So this is a RPA looks like. This is dashboard, and to create a new workflow, we have to choose on My Flows, and we have to choose on Create Flow, and we can make any name which you would like. For today's webinar, I am going to name it RPA demo, and I have to choose the folder which it's going to be used for. I have a folder which is flow cases, and I have to write a description. So I was thinking for today's webinar, a use case like we have to fetch the data from a Google Drive link or a PDF link, and with that data, I have to make some kind of everyday task, right? So let's imagine that you are working in an IT corporation, and your boss is mentioning every day before leaving the night that you have to do this tomorrow morning itself, and it's going to be every day, right? So based on that, just imagine if in case the boss is going to send you each day a PDF or a sheet or a notes, any kind of data fetching tool, and based on that you have to make yourself dependent, right? So every day morning you have to first come on check in and check whether the boss is send me a data like a task or not. So once the task is sent, you have to create a task, and then you have to work on that every day. So here's I have a use case. Well, I can say, sorry, I can say I want to create tasks, and this is a agent. Well, to create an agent, Zoho RPA has introduced, can be integrated with multiple OS systems. If you have Windows, you can use it. If you have Mac OS, you can also create an agent for your Mac application. If you have even Linux, you can create an agent for your application. So RPA agent is nothing but an uh, digital robot, like a bot, who is going to be mimicking your action in the system. So to install it, you just need to click on it, and it's getting downloaded. I already did download it, so I'm not going to show how to install it. You can watch on our previous webinar as well. And after you install, you need to just paste this id code with the agent so that it can be integrated seamlessly. Once integrated and connected, you can see the agent is active in my system. And then I just click on the create. So once created, the RPA is going to ask for me three kind of trigger points. So trigger point is nothing but a starting point for an agent to begin once if it's happened. So based on a schedule, it can be based like a timing schedule. So for like example, each day morning 9 a.m. I have to check in my system. So you can use for a schedule trigger point where it can goes each day morning 9 a.m. automatically opening the browser and then clicking on the login button. And another trigger point is desktop event, where in case if we can say that every morning you are going to open a directory and check on a folder and making the data downloaded or checking notes and all. So based on that directory events or any kind of application opening event in your system, the desktop event can be useful. And another one is the webhook event. So webhook event is like an event where instead of your own system and dependent on another system around your working area or any kind of servers, you can go for a webhooks. So based on a webhook, you get a trigger point, and with the configuration, the RPA is going to be work on your own system. So for this use case we were talking, I'm going to go with the schedule. So I'm going to select on the frequency, which is every day, and today I want to start. And for the timing hours, let's say now is 4:22. I'm going to use 4:40. Apply. And I want this each day, or I can even choose which day expectedly I don't want. So I don't want Sunday or Saturday. And then done. So once the trigger point is set up, I can go and use around these various operations which the RPS allowing me to use. And recently, RPS has updated with the AI features like the PDF automations and OCR automations, where the AI is going to be useful to analyze the data from the PDF, which are just text images or not able to copying the text also. And with the help of OCR, you can give any kind of documentations or billing processes to analyze the payslip and then fetch the data. So here my logic is going to be, I want to make a open some external link, right? So for that I have a external link we have in our Zoho work drive. Yeah. So based on this external link, I want this RPA agent to open it. For that, this time I'm going to introduce about the RPA recorder. So recorder feature is like you have to show it once and then the agent can catch up and make it repetitive. So here I'm going to show that you need to open a web browser. So again, this is a recording point where the agent is going to record whatever I'm doing over here. Oh, just a second. Just a moment, I will get that link. Yeah. Sorry for that disturbance. But the link was broken, so I just set it up again. So here's what I'm going to do with the RPA recorder. I'm going to make a web recorder. I'm going to give the link that you have to enter this. And once entered, you can just make the agent to visualize your data. And I'm going to click on this. And with the click, I can select to get the text. So once getting text is possible, I'm going to stop the recording. So here the steps are automatically set up by the agent. So I'm just going to confirm on that. Yeah, you can go with the steps. And here, if you can see, I can get the data as an output. So once after I get the data from the PDF or any kind of external link, you can also go with Google Drive links like PDF or Google Sheets and all. But to make it simplifies and easily understand, I am going to use today the PDF link. And under the app section, you can find out uh, most of the applications that you would like to be integrated. Here I am going to use with the Zoho projects. So inside the project, I'm going to use an operation called create a task. So with the create task, I'm going to just set up my account. So here I do already have a set of projects and I'm going to use this SPIKRA test. And under this name, I'm going to use this data which have been just fetched from the recording. So once it fetched, I can set up each day current date, and after that I can set for the starting date point and making the task list is general. Those are the options which is available under the Zoho projects, and making owner and making the task priority as medium, low, high based on your use case, and then the duration have to be set up. So I can say if from the start date I want this task to be completed within 2 days, and once it is made it for this duration, it just automatically going to set up the due date as well. So selecting the works per hour and maintaining the time. So work hours I'm going to give like 8 hours a day, and starting from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Sorry, time has to be in a railway time. Yeah. So once these parameters have been set up based on the data fetched or whatever you feel you wanted, another thing I want to show is I want to make a mail for myself that the task have been created, right? So I do have integrate with the Zoho mail. Under this Zoho mail, I just need to send a mail to myself. I guess there's a simple way as well. Yeah. So under this Zoho mail, I'm going to use that variable for the task name. And under this to section, I'm going to use my mail ID. And under the subject, I'm going to say task creation update. Then comes the body. Your task for this is being created successfully. So here's how it can be set up easily. So this is a simple flow which I have created, and to test this I do have already set up the configuration, and we can test and debug using this option. So I'm going to click on this. Again, the bot is going to use my system and the agent is working on it. So here's the URL being opened and the text have been fetched, and with the help of Zoho projects the task have been created, which you can see the inputs and the outputs. And after the task been created I got my mail. So to check your mail, yeah, over here I have got the mail that my task have been created successfully, and then the browser will be closed automatically. So yeah, so here's a simple use case on how RPA can be utilized, and it's just 1% of a use case. We can explore a lot of options over here for RPA. And even if you can't find out any kind of application integration, or you do have your own ERP system around your organization, you can go with the kind of custom functions. So with custom functions you can create your own functions and integrate your own API calls. And with this I guess we have come to end of our session. And yeah, we would be happy to help you out. So, so far, any kind of query, you can make it on your chat. Let's wait for 5 minutes. If anyone do have any queries, please raise your chat. Yeah, okay. I've been seeing few questions from Yogesh. Yeah, yeah, okay. Hi, Yogesh. To you are asking for a glance on the use case. So to quick recap, yes, we have showed the use case like each every day in your work routine you have to check on the mails or any kind of Google Drive links from your officials or higher positions, and based on that you have to create your repetitive task for the day, for that particular day, right? So based on that uh, external links you have to open that every day, and you have to make a task notes on the what to do list for the particular day, and then you have to going to be work around after that, making yourself refreshing. So to make it less uh, helpful and less stressed out, you can go with the RPA and make the agent to work for you and mimic your action, that to open the external link every day morning, and based on the data that given by the higher officials to be created as a to-do list in any kind of projects management tool. And with that you can be stress free, that you don't need to every day have to be checked out. So at the morning every day you're going to get your to-do list by itself with the help of RPA agent. So I hope I have quick recap to you. Another question is from Ishtiak. Users do a lot of Excel work daily with ERP data. How can we integrate RPA with our ERP, which is built on old technology, Visual Basic 6.0, and MySQL database? Uh, yes, Ishtiak, that's a good point. You can go with custom functions with API calls or making the SQL database to be fetched out. And I guess you do also have some kind of applications on your own organization which do have some kind of API calls. So with the help of external APIs, you can add your own custom functions with RPA and then make your automations easily. Another question from Yogesh: need to use deluge or only by selecting options? Uh, you don't need to use deluge like mandatorily, because deluge is going to be used only when it comes to custom functions. You can always go with the drag and drop features when it comes to your well-known popular integrations. If it's find out any non integrations is available around the options, you can go with the custom functions, and there you might need to use the deluge code. Another question from Ishtiaq: if we plan to go for one module to start, what will be the license cost? Is it user based? Uh, uh, okay. Uh, uh, Regarding for that question, I might not be helpful. You can contact our mail ID for those kind of queries. I will share. I guess Ram will share the email ID around the chat. So you can have our contact details. Okay then. So I guess the queries have been ended. Thank you so much for all your time. And once again, we would like to share. You can view our previous webinars in our YouTube channels. And let's meet again with another use case in another webinar. Thank you all.